Hello everyone, it's Lottie from Cancer is a Lifestyle. Now it's been a little over a week since my brother and I went to Arizona to visit our dad. And while we were there, we were really curious, especially me. Is it true what they say about the dry heat and how good it is for your arthritis and your joints and actually just overall health? So while we were there, I was actually surprised. I don't know what I thought. I kind of thought that it would be immediate, but kind of silly to think about it now. But it actually took a few days for my body to kind of relax and not have any pain. Now, when we went up to the mountains, I felt immediately wonderful. And I was surprised because I thought that the high altitude would actually swell up my knees and my joints, but it was quite the opposite. It actually did feel really good. So when we came back, we were going by train and it was raining and it was damp and it was cold. And I'm telling you that we could feel the change in our bodies immediately. And my brother would be on the floor doing stretches and I'm telling you, like yoga moves, but he didn't even know he was doing yoga just to ease the discomfort. Now, like I said, it's been over a week and I have been in agony with my arthritis and my joints and my swelling of everything. And I am telling you, I feel like my body has gone back to square one and has to get it, used to the weather here. And it's been horrible. I just cannot sleep. I'm tossing and turning. In fact, for the past 2 nights, I have had numbness in my hands again. I think, what do they call that? Neuropathy, for when you're having a treatment, chemotherapy. And that made me kind of think about how long it's been and how people have misconceptions once you're done with your treatment. So a lot of people, and I have people tell me this all the time, and I just shrug it off that, people just don't know. But once you're done with treatment, people just act like you're cured, like you're healed, like it's over, you go back to normal. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. First of all, no one has ever told me, no doctor has ever told me that I've been cured, that, I'm done, I'm cured, I can go back to my old life. No, never. If anything, they talk to me about preventive medicine and make sure that I come back for all my visits and my tests and everything, just in case the cancer um, wakes up. Because that's how I think of my cancer, that my cancer is not gone. My cancer is just asleep. And it's laying dormant until it wakes up again. Now, it may never wake up again. It may never come back, or it could come back in another year or 3 months or next week, But that's how I think of it. And also they think that that everything is going back to normal, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. For one thing, look at my veins. I have had cancer now, it's going to 11 and a half years. 4 times it's come back. And I don't, I have practically no veins. You cannot draw blood from me on the first try. You basically have to beat my arms up, plump him up, and sometimes when they have to give me an IV and things, they have to get a special nurse in to come in and do that. My veins will probably take years and years. It's been 11 years and they still haven't come back to normal. I don't know if I will even see that in my lifetime, that they will be nice and plump like they used to be. Okay? Another thing is with the numbness in my hands. And some people experience it in their feet. It keeps coming back. Sometimes, like for the last 2 days, I have been in agony. My hands are numb and they get that tingly feel. And actually, I try to tell people who never experienced that it feels like your leg has fallen asleep and you wake it up and you feel all the pins and needles. I still get that. Even though if you read any kind of side effects, after your treatment, they tell you after 6 months it should go away, but it really doesn't. And I know a lot of people who still, have that numbness years later. Same thing with my arthritis. Take that for instance. When my first treatment, I think I ended up, it just affected my left knee and my joint. And sometimes and I would feel it. I would feel it. And the second time my cancer came back, then it went to my whole left leg. The third time, it went to both my legs. This last time, the fourth time, it has gone to my hips. From my hips down to my toes and my right hand, I have arthritis. My knees, my joints swell up, and when it gets cold and damp or it gets really high humidity or whatever, I feel it. Every bit of my body, I feel it. And no doctor, no oncologist has ever said to me, oh, that, in fact, when I mention it to them, they say, oh, no, really? You get that? Like it's something new. Only my radiation doctor has actually confirmed it and told me on his own that, Ms. Kroll, this will affect your osteoporosis. And that is absolutely true. They don't tell you that when you're done with your treatment, that you're going to have all these other side effects and things that are going to be long lasting, like your arthritis. Or in fact that your hot flashes from your hysterectomy are going to last and going to be more intense and last a lot longer than if you went through menopause on your own. Mine were over 10 years that I found, and I still occasionally get them. But it took 10 years for them to stop, and I'd be just hot. I haven't worn a sweater or a long sleeve in these 11 years, okay? This is the first time now this year that I had to actually go out and get some sweaters because I don't even own any. And that goes to a lot of other things. When the first time after my cancer, I felt really good. And I was just great. I had high energy levels, everything. I just felt really good. And I think that maybe a lot of the things I'm experiencing now is due to the fact that I have cancer. My cancer keeps coming back and I have treatment over and over again. It's been 4 times now. It has affected my body quite a bit. So, especially even for my energy levels. My energy levels are just low. And I take my vitamins. I've changed my diet. I drink my coffee. I have tried everything to get myself. I sleep when I need to. And I'm still tired. I still feel fatigued. This past week we've been working overtime at work. I've worked Saturday. I'm exhausted. I don't have that energy that I had, before cancer. And like I wanted to say, when it came back the second time, I actually went on a lot of websites and to talk with, a lot of chat rooms to talk with other cancer patients, and and they all said the same thing that I'm saying, about the arthritis, about the bone, the densities of their bones, their osteoporosis, boils. I mean, I've had that. I didn't even know what a boil was. Just a lot of side effects. So this thing that people think, this misconception that, once you're done with chemotherapy, that, hey, you're cured and everything's going back to normal. You will never go back to normal. It will never be the same. Remember what I keep saying. The way you went in is not the way you're going to come out. Just the mental state alone is enough to where you're going to, you're going through a very dramatic change in your life. So, yeah, so I've been thinking about that because this week has just been really bad and I've been feeling really worn out. And so I can't wait for my body to get back to adjusted to the temperatures here. And so thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed day, everyone.